EA Games.
We've got to have money.
Oi, how fucked is Star Wars Battlefront 2?
No, it's fixed.
No, it's not fixed.
No, it's fixed.
No,
It's fixed. It is fixed. It is fixed. It is fixed.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
Ladies and gentlemen,
back.
welcome back.
Did you miss me?
Great. I know you guys missed us.
Totally. Welcome to all the new subscribers, by the way.
Thank you all. We got like 2,000 off this.
For some reason, that last video we did kind of blew up a little bit unexpectedly. So welcome to the channel if
Thank
you're
you
new.
very much. Look at our previous stuff. It's also amazing.
It
Just letting
is
you know.
amazing. But we want to talk again about Star Wars Battlefront 2. There was a huge amount of backlash from all the stuff that we've learned about for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, the long and the short of it is that the game is very pay to win and it was horrendously grindy. And so that is the heroes like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, you basically had to play for 40 hours to be able to unlock one of those characters, right? And there was a total of about 5 to unlock. It would take you about 200 hours just to unlock the characters, and that's forgetting everything else. It was a complete disaster, and the backlash was pretty fucking huge.
As if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror.
It was the biggest backlash I think I've ever seen in gaming. Have you ever seen anything else like that?
No, actually.
Literally,
I
it is
don't
the
think I've
biggest-
ever seen a bigger backlash in gaming. In fact, do you know this? That the Reddit post where the developer responded to the criticism.
Which one?
Now,
There's
no, the big one, right?
Okay.
It is now the most downvoted post in Reddit history. It has 607,000 downvotes.
And by the time we put this out, it'll probably
gonna
have like
have more.
a million.
That's how much people hated this. Not just that though. The stock price of Electronic Arts literally dipped today as a result of how much negative press this company is getting from this completely botched release. The EA community manager is getting death threats right now, and he said that he's got a total of 7 death threats thus far.
Oh my god! Someone's trying to kill me! Oh wait, it's for EA.
One awesome fan has actually updated the Star Wars Battlefront wiki to basically say that Star Wars Battlefront is a pay-to-win game coming out from Electronic Arts.
No way!
Yeah, totally, that's 100% true.
Holy
And
shit.
also, Electronic Arts, their customer support line is completely jammed. Like, people are waiting like an hour to be able to get refunds and stuff. Some people are just getting hung up on and like whatever. And one guy actually said, and this is amazing, right? One guy said, "I want a refund," and the guy in response said, "Why do you want a refund?" And then the guy said, "Well, like everybody else. I mean, you surely know about it." And then the guy, responded, "Right." Like the EA guy's like, "Yeah, man, I know what you're talking about."
No, it should be, if you'd like a refund because it's a pay-to-win shitty game, press 1.
You have selected to purchase 4 loot boxes.
Yeah.
So they should do refunds in loot boxes,
Yes!
right? You don't get
Which they
refunds.
probably will, too.
You get a loot box that may contain a refund. So the backlash to this has been gigantic, the biggest in the history of video games, I think. And EA have responded, right? And they've come out and they basically said that they're going to slash the price of heroes like Luke Skywalker and Vader by 75%, meaning that they used to cost 60,000 credits to unlock. Now they take 15,000.
Some as little as 10.
Which means it takes you roughly like 10 hours to unlock Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I mean, that's good, I guess, and I don't necessarily have a problem with that. That
Yeah.
sounds kind of okay. A lot of people still hate that, by the way, but I feel like, look, if you really want to make me work for it, 10 hours is still a long time. It's a really long time, in fact, but it's still somewhat manageable, okay?
It's not that bad. It's kind of like, you play for a couple of days, you find yourself, it's like, oh, it's already been 10 hours, and you have those kind of abilities now to open to unlock those characters.
Totally.
So, as I said before in our previous channel, we're not haters. If something's
We'll call
acceptable,
it.
that's cool. We
100%.
like that now.
However, the most frustrating thing has been the entire internet, saying this game is now fixed.
I know,
It
I
drives
saw
me
that.
insane. This game is not fixed, okay? There are 2 reasons why this game is not fixed. Number 1, it is still pay to win. All in our comment section in our previous video, we saw this comment again and again. Dude, it's not pay to win. I fucking wreck noobs.
Yes.
I'm so much better than everybody, and it's not pay to win if I can still win and I don't pay anything. That's not the definition of pay to win, bro. That's not how it works. If someone else can buy an advantage over you, if 2 equally skilled players meet on the battlefield and one of them has paid for an advantage, that's pay to win, man. There's no argument about that.
But quick question.
None.
But just to play devil's advocate here.
Go on.
Is
Go
there
on.
not...
You devil, you.
Isn't there going to be some things put in place to make sure that you are match made with people that didn't have all those add-ons?
This is an excellent point, and I'm really glad that you raised
Thank
this. Because lots of companies in the history of video games have promised that their algorithm, matchmaking algorithm, will work all of this mysterious mumbo jumbo and make you have like the best KD and the best possible experience ever. Anyone that's actually played video games properly over the last 20 years knows that matchmaking algorithms are notoriously unreliable. So this idea that EA has got this super secret formula that they just nail matchmaking and every single time you're always matched up with exactly who you need to be matched up with, that is not true. Maybe it works sometimes, but maybe there's not enough people playing that match your profile and they just match you with whoever they can to make sure they can fill a match or to make sure that you've got a decent ping, which are actually the most important two things that matchmaking algorithms care about. So matchmaking, I'm really dubious about this, but more than anything else, as I said, it's still pay to win. You can still lay down cash to get a huge advantage over other people, and I feel like this furor, this craziness has actually like overshadowed the fact that this game is still pay to win. It's like we've been tricked into thinking about the price of Luke Skywalker when fundamentally the game is a pay to win $60 game.
That's what I was going to say. I felt like when that news broke, so many people were like, "Oh, thank God, we can return to the game." What really is going on here, gents, is the marketing...
The truth.
The truth. The marketing team at EA is like, how do we make them think we fixed it?
This is their plan, people.
They're trying to steer us away from a lot of actual problems still.
I think that implies that EA are these like masterminds.
No,
I don't
but
think they're masterminds. I think they're just bumbling their way through this, and like they thought, let's make it pay to win and also a ridiculous grind. They've made the grind somewhat better. We'll come back to that point, by the way, but they haven't touched the pay to win at all. It's still absolutely pay to win.
Now, what I'm trying to say is their main intention here is to still make as much money as possible off the microtransactions.
100%.
So when they come out and say that Luke Skywalker and Vader and all these characters have been decreased, what I feel that they're trying to do is make the community feel like they've been listened to, but ultimately we are still saddling up for a very grindy experience and a very pay-to-win experience.
And this is such an important point, right? So many times I've heard this comment, "Oh, EA, listen, they're such good guys." Saying EA listen to you in this example is like saying that the guy who's got a hostage in a bank heist, dropped the weapon and, "Oh, he's such a good guy because he lowered his weapon. What a great guy." Do you know what I mean? Like, twice now, EA have had to massively wind back the degree to which this game is exploitative and pay to win. And everyone's like, "Oh, good job, EA. You guys listen. Well done."
I'm not saying that it's a good job. I'm merely saying that is a tactic that they're putting in place to make sure that it looks like we can steer away from all the other problems.
Whatever. The idea that we should be congratulating EA for listening to us when clearly what they were doing was so exploitative is just so ridiculous and just outlandish. And no. But get this, right? And I want to be really clear about this as well. Let's say, for example, you've got every single level 3 card in the game, of which there are quite a few, okay? Now, to get those, you had to grind a lot. You had to get very lucky in loot crates, or you had to craft a lot of them, okay, right? So that's how you would get those to level 3 of every single card. That's already a huge journey. That's already probably over 150, 200 hours to get to that point. Have a guess how long it would take you to get every single card from level 3 to level 4. Have a guess. Guess. Good guess.
I'm not to say. I mean, God, I don't know, 300 hours?
4,528 hours of grinding this game, which basically equates to if you played every single day for 8 hours a day for 18 months, you would then have enough credits to be able to unlock everything from level 3 to level 4.
Oh, that's okay then.
I will put the link to the Reddit post that did the math on this in the description below, so you know I'm not bullshitting you, right? The idea that this game is fixed is bullshit, okay? Just because they fixed the credit sync on one thing doesn't mean that they fixed the credit sync on the weapons and the modifications and the star cards required to upgrade and all the other stuff that's eventually going to come in the DLC as well.
But we have to always give credit where credit's due. When you look at the weapons, it's only 50 kills to open a certain weapon.
Sure.
Then 100, then 150. That, in my opinion, that is actually quite fine.
That I agree is fine.
That's fine. So as I said, we're not hating everything there, but in terms of the weapon unlock system, that's great.
Yep, totally agree with you. But the idea that you would need to spend 18 months playing 8 hours a day to be able to fully upgrade your account, and that account is only going to get larger as more DLC is added,
100%
is ridiculous. And the reason it exists, just in case this isn't clear, is because they would like you to buy loot boxes to speed up your progression, right? It's not just like, oh, this is a JRPG, and JRPGs are grindy, man. Get over it. Just get good. It's not like that. It's a case of, like, they want to make this really hard for you so that you spend money on loot boxes.
And that's completely different because if we're talking about a single player experience, which is bad enough that there's loot boxes, but when you start implementing, of course, loot boxes that massively change how you can interact with the other player.
Totally.
And completely destroy their experience. It's a different thing entirely. I did see some comments about people talking about Final Fantasy VII. And, you know, it was a massive grind, and there's some certain aspects there, but it's completely different to what we're talking about right now. If Final Fantasy VII was a multiplayer experience, and the more money that I spent destroy the experience for the other player, then the game is completely flawed.
Nah, bro, just get good.
That's true. Just get good.
Just
Just stop being a noob.
Just stop being a noob, man. I always smash fucking noobs that pay. I'm so good, man. No, I'm sorry. It's just ridiculous. But don't worry, though, because EA, they've responded to this as well, right? There's this criticism about the idea that it's all like too much of a grind. You know what they did today? They added a new microtransaction to the store.
Good.
You can spend 23 Australian dollars to buy a booster pack to get you started, where you can buy star cards and bonus credits to get going.
I love
so if
these
EA
guys.
are really listening, guys.
Wait, there's more.
But get this, and this is the ultimate scumfuck move
we go.
that really did it for me, right? Get this, because Sam doesn't know this yet. Get this.
I do know this.
They made the change, right? So that the price of the heroes went down. The main character that you unlock at the end of the campaign, okay, her name's Aiden, she costs 20,000 credits. So what they did at the end of the campaign, when you finish it, is they give you 20,000 credits so you can buy Aiden. Okay? Do you know what they did when they changed the price of Aiden from 20,000 down to 5,000?
They changed the amount you get at the end of the campaign.
They changed the amount that
To
you get
one
to
credit.
5,000, right? So there would have been an opportunity for EA in that moment to be like, you know what, guys? I hear you. We understand. And in the campaign, it gives you 20,000 credits, but don't worry. You have those, and you can buy Luke Skywalker if you like.
And potentially two, Wookiee
go
and Han
just
Solo.
have them. Just enjoy yourselves, guys. Have fun. But no, they didn't do that. They specifically looked at the campaign, and they thought, we need to adjust the credit gain down at the end of the campaign to make sure people still have to grind for that other shit. That was the ultimate scumfuck bastard move, when I was like, are you serious?
So as I said, we have to see things from two sides. Some people are going to say they've come down to 15,000. They've wanted to reduce the campaign credits that you receive, so there's still a feeling of a sense of progression towards Luke Skywalker. In some respects,
I give your comment the same number of downvotes that guy got for
No.
saying that. 600,000 downvotes
No.
in that comment.
But what
Sense of progression for unlocking Luke Skywalker. No, just give him to me, okay? It's a Star Wars game. I want to play as Luke Skywalker.
I agree with that.
I don't want to spend 10 hours to unlock him. Just give me Luke Skywalker. Not hard.
I agree with that. What I'm saying is there is certainly going to be some people out there that feel like they still want a sense of small progression in the game, and not everything's available at that very beginning.
Well, don't worry, because there's a beautiful 4,300 hour journey ahead of you.
Yes.
No reward is worth this.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 is officially fixed.
Thank God.
Thank you, EA.
And again, thank you for all the comments to, let us know that it's been fixed. 'Cause
We had
without
no
you
idea.
guys, we wouldn't know. We
So-
wouldn't know. So we'll see you guys probably tomorrow with more comments to talk about.
We've got to have money.